The number you have reached, 911, has been changed to a non-published number.
You're listening to UCW Radio. In your face.
Well, to you as being a member of the Pussycat Dolls, but there's so much more to you than that. You know, there is. There's so much.
Oh.
Yeah, you started out with a deal way back when with R. Kelly, if I'm not mistaken.
This is correct, yes.
Yeah, we're going to go into that in a second, but then you took a stab at the Pussycat Dolls. I just want to give our listeners just a little overview of things. And I heard some of your new stuff. One in particular, your new single Hollywood Doll, which we're going to go into as we move along. But I want people to know about the real Kaya Jones, the solo recording artist, not a member of the Pussycat Dolls, a woman with some brains behind a pretty smile. So, yeah, look, I'm pumping you up big time. But
there we go.
Yeah, but you know what? It's everything is earned. It's not. I mean, anytime I speak highly of someone, it's not because of anything, but you know what they've done, where they came from, and they earned every word that comes out of my mouth. But the good stuff, anyway. The bad stuff sometimes too. I don't know. But can you tell us how you ventured into the music business?
Well, you know, it was actually, a lot of it was fluke and by chance. I had studied acting and dancing, and I just, you know, I knew I wanted to perform, and I didn't know I could sing. And a friend of mine, who was a great singer, said, hey, why don't you come to this audition? You know, it was for a tribute act for actually Britney Spears for her first single, Baby One More Time, and I was 12 years old. Okay. So I just mimicked Britney Spears, and I ended up getting the job, and they were like, yeah, you're going to be in a tribute act to Britney Spears and travel around in cruise ships and, you know, make some decent money for yourself. And my mom was going to come with me because I was so young. Mm-hmm. And I thought, you know, if I'm going to do this, I think I'd rather go all the way, and I would rather have someone impersonate me. So I turned it down and ended up then just auditioning for everyone I could, you know, get in front of me. And finally got signed with R. Kelly. So that was the first big, you know, leap. And he had so much belief in me at the time, and, you know, just kind of really put a lot of training into me and making me the best possible R&B singer. And that's how it kind of all came together and started. It kind of found me. I didn't really find it. So... But it was awesome. It was definitely awesome to work with Robert, and such a classy guy when it comes to working and music, and he trained me so well that by the time I left him and then went into, you know, this punk rock band with Capitol Records, I was just a little bit more groomed and ready, and then by the time I was 18 and was with the Dolls, I was definitely at a better place, I think, musically, to receive being in such a, you know, well-known group. You took a lot of roads, and I find that interesting. You know, so it's in the beginning. I have. You would think that, like, I'm 40 in music, because it's been a long journey, and it's been I have worked every single, you know, year consistently to just be a little bit more focused and stronger as an entertainer. You know, I want to put the best show on possible and do the best that I can. So now that I'm on my own, it's, you know, the ante has to go up, and, you know, I don't want people to just go, oh yeah, that was the girl from the Dolls. I want them to really go, wow, you know, how did they let that go? So you got to up the ante.
Without a doubt. I find, you know, your story is interesting how you started, because I speak to a lot of recording artists, and the female recording artists anyway, that tell me, yeah, they started out in acting and things of that nature and just progressed to music, which I find really interesting. You know, but in the beginning, your parents, they were supportive of you. They backed you up. They backed up your dream.
Yeah, I mean, you know, my mom was, you know, came from a family. Our family was very, like, you know, you go to school, you become a doctor, a lawyer, you get an education. And my mom was an artist. She, studied in Paris, and very bohemian and very open to when I said I wanted to entertain. And she was very supportive. I mean, when I signed with R. Kelly and they had an advisor and literally a guardian with me because I was so young, my mom gave her job, gave up everything, and moved to the United States because my mother is not an American. My father's an American. So, coming from Canada and my mom being Jamaican, she just gave up her work and, everything, sold, the house and everything, and just packed everything up to come with me to make sure that I had the best, person with me, which is my family. So she was just incredibly supportive and understanding, and I think that's important whenever you're trying to do something. When you have parents or friends that are very supportive of you, it's a lot easier to do it than when you don't have anyone to lean on.
Well, without a doubt, I want to give kudos out to your mama, because I just feel I just want to hug her, because that right there, and it's funny how a lot of kids get involved in the entertainment industry and they're lost. Your mom made sure that, hey, you know what? I'm her mother. I'm there for you, and she helped you to get where you're going, because your journey's not even close to being. You're not even close to being anywhere near reaching where you need to get to. It's
exactly.
So this is the beginning steps
well put.
for you. Yeah, well done. But now that you had a development contract with R. Kelly, you were doing that stuff, and then you went to pop.
Yeah.
I mean, you went from pop to punk music. From R&B to punk, then to pop music, and you got me all confused. But go ahead.
Well, no. Well, when R. Kelly, it was really, and I think hopefully this is eye-opening for a lot of people who go through this journey in music and in entertainment. With R. Kelly, it was amazing and blissful and a lot of hard work, but just as we were getting ready to kind of really push the gears into drive and get me a deal, because I was with a production deal with him at the time, Aaliyah dies, 9/11 happened, and the entire music industry kind of just shut down. I don't know if a lot of people remember that, but, he had me signed, and he had two other acts, Gotti and Boo, and they were on the song Fiesta, and, Cash Money, they bought them out, but no one knew who I was. I was this little, teenage girl who could sing, and, I didn't have a name for myself at that time. So when the music industry kind of hit a wall, no one worked. Everyone was kind of, I think the whole country was in just a loss at that moment. So I was basically shelved, and he wouldn't release me. So I begged him, like, will you please let me go out of my contract? And he finally did, in the terms that I would, just sing under a new name. And so I had to change my name and get out of that contract. And then when I auditioned for the vice president of Capitol, Julian Raymond and Andy Slater, who was the president at the time, they thought that I just, at the time Avril Lavigne was coming out. It was a lot about the punk rock and just strong women being very edgy. And so they thought that I was going to probably do the best job singing punk rock music. Okay. And, when you're 16 and you're uncertain of where, you want to go, and someone says, hey, this is what we think you should do, and, you just want to sing, you sometimes don't listen to the signs of, maybe this isn't the right direction for me. You go, well, I'm getting to sing. Right. So if I'm getting to sing gospel or R&B or punk rock, whatever it is, I'm just getting to sing. And instead of doing it for the right reasons I was doing it for, I just want to sing. And that's why the punk rock situation didn't work, because it was me, but it wasn't me. Right. So the edgy part of me was like, yeah, I get to do this, and the other part of me was like, but this isn't me, and you're lying to your fans, and you're lying to your audience, and you can't do that. So that's why I stopped singing punk rock and, auditioned with 2,000 girls, and got down to 200 girls, to 40 girls, to 20, and then to 2, and that's when I became a Pussycat doll. So, it's been quite a journey.
Yeah,
but, you know, sometimes when you're